Allison, our second case is a love triangle gone wrong. Like I said earlier, when do they ever go right? A female Birmingham, Alabama police detective has been charged with murdering the other woman, it appears. This all happened on Friday night, on April 10th, just before midnight. 39-year-old Alfreda Fluker tracked down her lover, who apparently is also a fellow police detective from the very same department. His name is Detective Mario White. He was sitting in an unmarked car with the other woman. And somehow, and I don't know, there's a lot we don't know about this case, Alfreda unloaded her gun on the other woman and ultimately killed her. But Mario was fine.
Okay. There's a lot we don't know, and obviously these are only allegations, right? These are only allegations. But what is unbelievable is that none of us, I guess, are above passionate crimes of passion. Here is a 15-year veteran on the police force, okay? So she is well aware that unless it's a super clean crime scene, if you leave eyewitnesses behind, you're going to get arrested. And lo and behold, one day later, she's arrested.
What I find interesting is that she went after the woman and she didn't go after the lover. And we don't know whether they were still in a relationship. So you've got one man, you got two women, you got two cops. We don't know if he had left Alfreda for this woman or he was seeing both of them at the same time. There's a lot that we don't know. I just find it fascinating that she killed the woman, but she didn't touch him. I mean, if I was gonna be angry, I would be angry at him.
Well, I mean, let's talk about this. So does she kill her intentionally to hurt him so that he sees that the woman he is now in love with is dead? Or, you know, a lot of women get very angry at the other woman, right? So they say, how could you do this to me? You seduced him away from me. It's your fault. You are the only reason he would have left me.
So Alfreda has been charged with murdering 43-year-old Kenesha Nicole Fuller, and she was reportedly still alive when the police got there that night, and she ended up dying at the hospital later. Here's what I find really intriguing. After this woman is shot, does Mario call 911? Does anybody call 911? According to the New York Times, nobody called 911 to help her. Why?
I find this entire case, we don't know enough, okay? We don't know enough. And so I will be very interested to hear how it really unfolded, okay? But I do not want to discount the fact that the alleged shooter is a police officer. The eyewitness in the car is also a police officer. At the first sign of trouble, they know to call law enforcement. Why is it that nobody was called? Very strange.
It is. And apparently Birmingham has something called an automatic shots fired system within the city. And so that's what triggered the police response.
Right.
Nobody called for help for this woman who apparently was still alive. I don't know that getting there a minute or two sooner would have saved her life, but nonetheless, both of these officers apparently made the decision not to call 911 to help her.
See, I don't know, Anna. We don't know enough. And so, I can speculate, you can speculate, but it is so strange to me. It is so strange to me that the man who is sitting in the vehicle, who is a police officer, witnesses his new girlfriend, current girlfriend, some relation to him, get shot, and he immediately doesn't call 911. That's strange.
Oh, it's very strange. You know what also is strange, and this actually just bothers me. When they initially reported this murder, the police would not release his name. He's in the car. He is a witness and
He's
also
an adult, not a minor.
And also a victim of an attempted murder because she's been charged with that. Yet the police chief wouldn't release his name. Excuse me. If this had happened anywhere else in town and anybody else was sitting in that car, you think police would have withheld his name? What kind of favoritism is this?
Well, I also saw, I saw that in the press release of sorts. He said, unfortunately, this is one of our own. And, so you could see that, yes, it's a painful thing, right? It's a painful thing that someone from law enforcement would be charged with murder. However, they should not be above the law. This investigation should be the same as any other murder investigation. And I did see that the equivalent of the state FBI, the Alabama Bureau of Investigations, has stepped in to take over the investigation so that there will not be a conflict of interest.
Exactly, because you can't have one officer investigating two officers that they worked with. It would be impossible.
Right.
It would be a conflict without question. So yeah. I think that is helpful. She has been charged with murder and attempted murder. So hopefully soon we will know more about what really went down in that car. It is tragic no matter how you look at it, and very scary when you realize that the person who pulled the trigger and allegedly killed the woman is a cop.